I am, for those of you who are listening, I am a chocolatey Hispanic male that I'm half Puerto Rican and half Dominican, which is why I chose Miles Morales, because he's half Hispanic and half black. But anyways,
So good.
There's one time where, because we also sell merch on our website, memesforjesus.com, that has really sassy Christian sayings on it, like it's an image of Jesus and it says BRB, meaning, Jesus will be right back, which I wore yesterday to Disney and got a ton of compliments. It was awesome. We have other stuff like, Jesus, what is it? Be salty and lit, not be, instead of salty and, I forget. It just says be salty and lit. I wish I would know this better. But, and apparently, some lady, she went on our website and saw our merch, and she got really triggered because she said it's cultural appropriation to use the words like lit and cool and, abbreviations like BRB, because those are black phrases and they're not to be sold for profit, and much less by a white male or something like that. And I was like, first of all, I'm probably darker than you are. I know that just by looking at your profile picture. Second of all, you're crazy. Are you telling me you're trying to legislatively enforce the usage of words? Do you realize how oppressive you're being to me right now? You can't do that. Like, there's nobody that's on the side of this. And so she just went back and forth and was absolutely insane, totally unreasonable. And she's like, no, do not talk. I am the one talking now. I'm like, and I just like, okay, go ahead. And I would say, okay. And she was like, don't respond anymore. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Cool.
And I just kept responding and triggered her so hard. And I was having so much fun, because we get people like that are just like, for me, that brings me life. When somebody gets triggered and they get offended by the dumbest thing, I get more powerful. I get more years added to my life when I interact with these people. But anyway, so I just kind of waved it off. And then, I think maybe a week later, Mike and I were employed at a place, in the same place at that time. And we still are in a way, but apparently there was somebody who called our job and said that we needed to be, or Michael needed to be trained in racial reconciliation because of the merchandise that he sold. They called the CEO of our job. And I was like, wow. I did not know that people were this insane, that they would pursue something so innocuous to this end. And so, yeah, that was the craziest experience that I can remember that we've gone through. But it's always something. Like, every day, there's always somebody who's triggered about something that they shouldn't be. I have this one Muslim guy that I've been messaging back and forth for probably about 8 months. And he's like, brother, you must convert to Islam, brother. He's like, every day
I think we're talking to the same guy.
Oh yeah,
I get those messages all the time too.
Oh,
we're probably
man.
talking to the same guy.
Maybe, yeah. We'll look at DMs after this. But
He's a great guy. I love him.
I love him. I really like the guy. He's like 20 years old. Is he 20? Did he tell you he's 21? Did he tell you his name?
I think we're talking to the same guy.
Yeah. And he'll send me these videos of these old Muslim guys, and I'll be like, see, this is why you must renounce Christianity, brother. See, it's so clear. And I'm like, and I'll just refute every single line that he says. I'm like, no, you're like lying. These are lies.
Just send him. This is something I learned from Ashley's dad, because he said that when he would have conversations with Muslims and they would argue with him, he would just put on a YouTube video in whatever language they spoke of someone that had a near-death experience, and then and they would say, okay, who's he saying he saw? And then they'd look at him and they'd be like, oh, they said only Jesus. Mm-hmm. Only Jesus. All right, let's watch another one. All right, only Jesus. All right, so no Muhammad, right? And I don't know if that's the best way to dispute that.
Are you talking about Jabil Qureshi? What is his name? Jim Caviezel.
Throwback Jesus joke.
Qureshi, Nabil Qureshi. Is that what you're talking about? The guy who he converted to Christianity from being like an Islam scholar or something like that.
Oh no, these are just random YouTube videos of people that said, I had a near-death experience, and when I came back to life, I wanted everyone to know that this is who I saw.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
See, when it comes, though, I mean, Matt brought up getting these triggered people all the time. Like, it happens to both of us, especially, I talk about controversial stuff, and I post both sides of arguments all the time. But triggered people, from what I've found, I don't want to take away from them. I don't like calling them triggered people, but people.
What do you call them?
People who get angry. I mean, they get angry about something.
Now I'm triggered.
The people who send me angry messages, from what I've found, they just want to be heard. And the reason they get triggered and the reason they get angry usually has a legitimate reason in their life. Mm-hmm. And I say, like, the people who are extreme politically, things like that, is usually because something has happened in their life, whether it's like their parents, their family, like something has happened that's made them that way, that if you knew the reason, you'd be more sympathetic towards them. And usually if you just sit back and don't respond and just let people talk and share their story, you can understand a little more and understand their perspective better, and then all of a sudden the anger goes away once they get it all out.
Let me just say something.
He's like, I got to defend myself now.
No. Christians Who Curse sometimes sounds like the way edgier name when you visit the page, but he has the heart of gold that you would never know if you'd never interacted with him. On a daily basis like I do, where our page has the name of Jesus plastered on it, and I am evil. I'm pure evil, man. I'll argue and troll them to
I
kingdom
go to Matt
come.
and ask for help, and I'll be like, hey, I have someone talking about this issue, and he'll be like, block them. And I'm like, no, I want to talk to them, please. Yeah. So, like, I respond to legitimately every hate complaint that I get.
Yes.
And I love just saying why. Because usually if I feel that it's unfounded, I just want to hear why. Because once you keep digging through the whys, you get to the reason, and then that's something I can like relate to. Like when you get down to like church hurt, well, they're like, I don't like that, and then you go back and they're like, well, I was really betrayed by my church. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like you shouldn't have been betrayed by your church, and then you can find that link, and then you can build a relationship from there. But most people who get that sort of angry that they'll message a page they've never messaged before or put an angry comment, there's usually pain or hurt behind it that just has to be uncovered.
And it probably helps that you have kept your identity anonymous so that you can give certain feedback if you're getting like this hate, because maybe with Matt, if people know you, people know where you live or whatever, and you interact with certain stuff, you might have, Beauty and the Beast style, like Gaston pitchforks outside your house or whatever. But I think that like what you talked about as far as like villainizing maybe the triggered people or the angry people, whatever we want to call them, it's like, and maybe this isn't the perfect analogy, but I'm going back to Disney. The old Disney films, you knew the villain because they were just pure evil, and there was really no justification as to why they were evil. It was just like, wow, that guy is just like really hateful.
Well, until now, where every Disney villain has their backstory being put into theaters. So.
Right. Now Disney's going back and is like, oh, this is actually what was going on with Cruella. And Maleficent or whoever.
But it's so easy to point the finger at someone who disagrees with us and just say that they're wrong, because it dehumanizes it. It says, I don't want to learn why they believe what they believe. So just saying no and just ignoring, to me, is not the right thing to do.
It's great.
I don't like, I've never blocked a person from my page. I don't like blocking people. Like, there are people even on my personal social media that I see, and I think their opinions are nuts, but I don't like blocking them because I don't want to live in an echo chamber. Yeah. And social media algorithms put people in echo chambers where you just see things that are going to make you happy and affirm what you believe. And the bad thing about echo chambers are they aren't supported when you go outside your walls of your comfort zone. So that's why we see so much talk about safe spaces and all those sorts of things, is because when you're in your home, you're in your safe space, and that includes with social media because of how the algorithm goes. So with what my page does, where I post both sides of an argument, people are reading something they've literally never seen before, so they jump that, no, that's heretical, and then when they look and see like, hey, a lot of Christians actually agree with this, they message me and they're like, how is this possible? And they're confused and they're hurt and they feel like they've been lied to and that sort of thing. That's why I want them to talk about these things, or at least know that these opinions exist. Because if you live in your echo chamber, you're never going to grow. There's no reason to grow when everybody agrees with you. There's no reason to take risks if everybody agrees with you. We need to start associating with people that we vehemently disagree with to find out why, so that we can grow and they can grow too.
Hey y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow.
That is crazy.
This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel,
That's it.
smash the like button on this video.